record. La 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 la. Okay. And then hit record here.
Hit record. It hears my voice.
Oh,
Woo.
sorry, baby. I didn't mean to wake you. Go back to sleep. I woke up the dog. Do you want to say hi to YouTube? No, you want to fall back? Okay, sorry. She fell back asleep. Here's a cute photo of her that I might remember to put up on the screen. Hello, and welcome to Super Mario Sunshine, episode 7?
8.
8. I don't know.
We just did 7. We literally just had a full conversation about this.
We are going up Corona Mountain here.
Because we may have been struck by the Mario curse again. I may have made an oopsie and not recorded my audio for an episode. So now we're even. We've both fucked up.
This is one of my favorite ones because it's the baby chomps. So this is Pinata Village. I think it's one of the more interesting level designs because it's a bunch of mushrooms and there's this cool underground. I might ignore my responsibilities for a second just to show you this, Gavin.
Okay.
Camera, work with me.
Oh, okay, so you can kind of just like jump across underneath the level.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Woo!
Ooh.
So yeah, you can... Let's see if I can get back up, because there are certain ways you can get up into the town through the underneath level.
Well, yeah, I think that wall of the cages, you can probably punch it and climb up.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think.
Whoops! Wait, can I land on the tree? I can not stand on the tree.
So a thought occurred to me between episodes while we were figuring out the missing audio debacle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Mario at any point has taken Flood, flipped it upside down, and then used it as a backpack bidet? Because now he can poop anywhere on the go. He could just poop anywhere and then clean his bum and keep going. It's the ultimate mobile pooping machine. I'm just saying, there's science that needs to be explored here.
I don't know if science is the right phrase. Also, this is cool. So this ink is lava.
Huh.
Ah! I'm doing this and I suddenly remember I don't know where the water pools are.
But it's like you need to get them in the water pools so they don't light on fire.
I'm just gonna turn them cold for a second. Oh, there we go.
A well right there.
Right there.
So, what's your objective for the shine that you're trying to get right now? I missed the clue.
Oh, so these things are on fire. I'm trying to shoot them into the water pools so that they cool down permanently and stop being on fire. This lady fed them too many spicy foods, apparently. So I'm gonna shoot this guy up there.
It's like I fed my dog too much Chipotle. Now they're on fire.
Yeah. Oh, please stop. Ow. you closer.
Also, another thought that occurred to me, similar but also completely different from
Whoops.
the bidet idea.
Oh god.
So, as proven by the soundboard that gets brought up when we play games, and pretty much whenever we play games at all, you and I both burp a lot on microphone,
Yes.
which
yes, we do.
raises the question: how many balloons do you think you've filled of burp gas? Like, if all of your burps were burped into balloons, how many balloons do you think you've belched in your life?
In my life?
Yeah, like total, like... I, like, can you just imagine, like, a Hawaii-sized mass of balloons just floating around filled with burp? And it's from one person? Because you gotta think, like, over a lifetime, like, that's...
Dang
It's
it.
gotta be a lot of like, a lot of balloons.
I'm just gonna wait for you to come back.
I guess the same question could be asked for farts, but I like to measure my farts in jar format, as has been previously established. Though jars are harder to, like, get accurate volumes unless you want to, like, super pressurize them.
There we go. Finally got one.
Hey, great success.
I'm trying to clear off all this the lava because it's making it harder to control where they go.
But they, like, constantly produce it, so it's like...
Oh, there's one over there now. I'm just gonna...
So, also, I feel like... while you've been playing this, you've been getting through the shines at a pretty decent pace. But, like, how long did it take you to beat this game when you first got it as a kid? Because I know you said you spent a lot of time playing it, doing all the extra stuff, and, like, doing everything in the game, but, like, how long did it take you to beat the game?
That's a good question, and I don't know if I know the answer because I would replay these levels over and over and over. Like, as a kid, I had no problem. Like, this level, I loved this one because I think chain chomps are cute. So I would just, like, constantly be playing the same 3 levels over and over because I liked them so much. Hey, come back.
Yeah.
Dang it. Gosh, I'm having some troubles this round.
It's a little concerning. So, like, Mario is, like, known for an exclamation of saying, like, "Mamma mia!" But when he gets hit by the chain chomp,
And he just
he
goes,
kind of just screeches and goes, "Mama!"
yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of like if Mario was like an Italian gangster and he just got, like, jumped and was about to be executed. Like, that's what he would, like, scream into the heavens.
Yeah. Dang it. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I'll get you up here. There we go. Go join your brothers.
Remember, always be kind to your pets.
Dra-
Flood's worried that this game will cause, like, animal abuse. Like, oh, you think your dog's too hot? Go drown them.
Oh,
I'm not a fan of like the really realistic dog whimpers they make though.
Oh yeah.
It's just like that just makes me sad.
They're so cute. I just want to change.
They are cute.
I really liked in Link's Awakening the part of the game where you can like walk the chain chomp around and it bites things for you. This is why I like dogs like Rottweilers. I blame Nintendo.
You just want big dogs that can munch.
I've been telling Luke. So we have a tiny little Shih Tzu dog right now because Luke grew up on tiny dogs and I grew up on, I wouldn't say big dogs, but they weren't tiny dogs. But I've been telling him because Pixel's so tiny, she gets bullied a lot at the dog park, and I want to get a big dog so that it can like protect her.
Yeah.
And won't let other dogs bully her. Alright.
I've got a lot of I was telling you about this the other day, of like an ongoing process in my life where I'm trying to better myself. And I figured at one point a reward for me would be to at some point get a dog. And I actually was like looking into like some of the local shelters, and apparently around where I live in particular, a lot of the dogs in the shelters are pit bull mixes. Like there's a lot of pit bull and bull terrier dogs in shelters around here. And I'm like kind of okay with that. I'm like, I could deal with like a big, boofy, lovable dog. Like, so I'm like, all right, I think I can do that. So I think I'm gonna rescue a dog at some point from one of these shelters. And I kind of already have a name picked out. It might change depending on like, you know, when I meet the dog or its personality or whatever. But I've decided on a name that I really like for a dog.
Mm-hmm.
For a boy dog, is Wilder.
Wilder?
Yeah, Wilder. So like Wilbur, but with a D. And I kind of got that from I was watching a movie the other day. It was I don't remember the timeline of it, but it was a movie that Taika Waititi directed before Jojo Rabbit, and I don't know if this was also before Thor Ragnarok or after Thor Ragnarok. I think it might have been before, because it's kind of like an indie movie, and I think Thor was like his big first mainstream, like blockbuster movie. But it's the movie's called The Hunt for the Wilder People.
Okay.
It is such a good movie. Like it's really good. It's really weird, but it's like strange and the like even if you've just seen Thor Ragnarok, like it's very much like Taika Waititi's like humor of that kind of like weird clipped banter of like, a thing happened and shit, that's a coincidence, and fuck, and like a lot of that, like the very sporadic like shit, fuck, like look at all this random shit. It's all cheeky and kind of like New Zealandy in a nondescript way. Even though this whole entire movie takes place in New Zealand. But yeah, so first off, highly recommend The Hunt for the Wilder People. And then that has inspired me that I want to name a dog Wilder.
It's a good name. Whoops.
I know you really you still want to get the golden retriever and name it Goose.
I have two dog names
like
picked out for the next dogs I get. I want to get a golden retriever and name it Goose. Just because the idea of a yelling goose out into a backyard, it just, I don't know why, but it just fucking kills me. Like every time I think about it, I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. No one can tell me it's not hilarious. Goose, get back here! I apologize for my very weird sense of humor about the name Goose. But anyway, Goose, and then I want to get a big old Rottweiler and name it Bubbles.
Bubbles.
I want it to be huge. I
pretty
want it
good
to be
name.
one of those Rottweilers where you're like, oh, damn.
Where, like, their head is the size of your lap.
Basically. That's what I want. I can't remember how I get into this stupid thing. What do you have to say? Excuse me, sir.
You are laying down there. I did not realize. Reese's just, like, laying at my feet under the desk. And I didn't realize she was there. Because I was moving my foot around. I was like, what is that? Is that a coat on the ground? Like, what? And is my foot getting caught on a zipper? And then I, like, look down and it's, like, Reese with one paw out. Just like, why are you kicking me?
Aww.
I wasn't, like, kicking her, but I was, like, nudging.
Right.
It's just, like, the single paw out of just, like, Master, why?
Let me see if I can go over here. Okay.
So, I also missed the clue for this one. What's the objective for this shrine?
I'm trying to get up in that tower, but I can't
Oh, okay.
remember how I get up there. It looks like I need the rocket nozzle. Is that up there still?
Wasn't the rocket nozzle
There it is.
underneath of the bell? Oh, that's right. It's up there.
I don't want to go all the way over there. Fuck it.
Do you think we'll ever get like either a live? I don't think they would ever try and do another live action, but like a Mario movie.
I think it's a possibility. I don't think Nintendo is against it. Let me put it this way. Like, I think if they believed someone could do it right, they would let it happen. However, they had such a bad experience before that I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that Mario movie is rough.
I haven't actually seen all of it. I've only seen parts.
Aw, we need to watch it then, because it's just classic. Classic makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, what are you doing here?
It's like
The fuck?
it's like if it's like they hired Troma to make a Mario movie. It's essentially the caliber of what the Mario live action movie is.
Okay.
Like, it's like if you took the Toxic Avenger and just replaced it with Mario.
I know I've seen the photos of like what the Goombas look like. Which, fun fact, I don't think there are Goombas in this game. I don't remember.
Oh, you don't have like little shiitake dudes rolling around?
There are the little like weird looking guys, but I don't remember seeing a Goomba. Now that I think about it, I don't think there's really Koopas either.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a Koopa.
I'm sorry for how long this is taking me. I genuinely don't remember this level at all. Even though I know I've beaten the game, so I'm like, I definitely did this level. I just don't remember how I beat it. No, what? Mario, why? Why would you betray me?
Yeah. I always thought it was interesting that it was just like the number one thing that you associate Bowser with is the Goombas. Like, the Goombas are his legion.
Mm-hmm.
But like, he's not the Goomba King. He's the Koopa King.
Yeah.
But like, I guess in the earlier 2D Marios, the Koopas were way more common. But like now in the 3D Marios, the Koopas are like almost like good guys most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, they're usually allies or some sort of side quest. But like, Bowser is the Koopa King. So I think it would be really interesting for someone, like, it would be interesting for like a Mario movie or something to that effect of like putting together a point A to point B Mario story that includes like the lore and canon of Mario in an accurate way. Of like, all right, Bowser's the Koopa King. Here's his army of Koopa Knights, and like make modifications like that, or like add in the fact that like the all the blocks that Mario breaks in like the first Mario games are actually citizens of the Toadstool Kingdom that have been churned into mossy blocks.
I hate this one. This one isn't so bad, but it's just, I remember as a kid, it took me forever.
It does look like it can be frustrating, especially in like in the transfers, jumping one to the other. Like that, exactly as I said it.
I may get a game over on this one.
Oof.
Just because I
Do you know of like a hidden mushroom somewhere halfway point?
I know one, but I also know I'm not skilled enough to get it. See, and then that too, where like it'll, if you misjudge the angle.
The angle, you won't stand on it. You'll just slide.
Yep. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
I believe in you.
Thank you. Your belief helps.
I think it's also like, I actually just a thing I just thought of while thinking about like lore and Mario canon and what that would all look like in like a actual cohesive story versus what a typical Mario game is. Mario Sunshine and the Flood machine feels like it's like one of the very few references to the fact that Mario is a plumber.
Yeah.
Like there's the warp pipes and that and his general appearance, but like the warp pipes have always been there. But like the Flood is like the closest thing to a plumbing utility that Mario has had in any of his games.
True.
Which is interesting.
What's funny to me is like in the so I'm also playing Paper Mario Origami King, and an interesting thing with that for me is that you get a hammer.
Yeah.
And I just am like, I don't remember this ever being like a Mario thing to have a hammer, but sure, okay.
It's from the original Donkey Kong arcade machines.
That makes sense.
And you remember you grab the hammer power up and you can smash the barrels. And that's why there's like the hammer in Super Smash Brothers. That's where the hammer comes from.
Gotcha.
So I think that that's just a callback to like super old school Mario back when he was Jumpman.
Yeah.
But yeah, in general, he does not usually have a hammer. But I do know, like, at least in the Paper Mario games, I think he's had a hammer as a weapon in all of them.
Okay.
Because it's always been jump or hammer, and there's been, like, other items and abilities he's gotten. He also uses a hammer. Ooh, good save. He also, I believe, uses a hammer in the Super Mario RPG for the SNES. Good job.
Thank you.
Well done.
A little rough right in the beginning there, but once I got it, I was like, all right, I remember how to do this one. God, that one's so stressful.
But yeah, I think he uses a hammer in that as well, like the first Mario RPG at the Super Nintendo.
One thing I gotta say,
he's gotten a lot of weird parts over the years.
Something interesting I've noticed is like, okay, so you know how like Disney, they'll have the big movie and then they'll have like the sequel, and for a while there in the 90s it was always this like straight to the...
Yeah, straight to VHS.
And they were always terrible.
Well, yeah, because like the Disney movies that went in the theaters looked really nice, and like all those movies kind of came out in the 90s, late 80s and early 90s, and then the straight to VHS movies look like they're cartoons from the 70s.
Yeah.
Like they're rough.
It's also that like typically the I guess characters are kind of weird. Like it's not the same voice actors. It's not.
Yeah, because they can't hire the same talent for it.
Yeah, they can't hire the same talent, and also just the writing isn't as good, so the character always comes off like
It's weird.
this isn't that character. You don't have me believing that this is the character you're saying it is.
Right.
Ow, 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 oh no, oh no, oh no, oh, I'm stuck. Oh god, oh no, oh no.
Oh, you're dead. You're dead.
Whew.
Infinite log death glitch.
I know, that was kind of funny.
Confirmed.
Anyway,
But
so like,
you're saying they're almost like different characters.
yeah, they're like, they deviate so far from the norm that it's awful. And no one likes it. Almost no one. I've been told, and I haven't watched it yet, but I've been told that the third Cinderella movie is so absurd and so bad that it actually goes back to being good. Like it
They made a third one?
yes. And it has to do with
I
wait,
knew
Gavin,
about Cinderella too.
no, it has to do with time travel.
Oh dude, I'm in.
Yes. And there's this
I'm
one
sold.
scene where the king says to the prince, and he goes something like, don't you take another step down these stairs, trying to tell the prince not to go wandering off or anything. The prince looks to the side and goes, all right, and he flings himself out a fucking window. And it was the funniest shit I'd ever seen. I was just like, that's it. That's the only scene I know exists in that movie, and I already know I love it.
So, I started watching. I haven't finished it, but I was talking to you the other day how I went back and I rewatched The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
And I'm now realizing how much I enjoy that movie, and it might be one of my favorite Disney movies now, because I rewatched it and I don't know, it just clicked for me in my being an adult and not a child. But so I started watching the sequel. There's the Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, and the art style or the animation style looks like it's from the 70s. It's definitely a step back in like animation, but I feel like they did a pretty good job of like the characters' personalities are written roughly the same, and I don't know if they used the same voice actors, but they matched the voices up pretty well. They did for the Hunchback
I saw
too.
that because we were going on a whole Hunchback of Notre Dame talk. I don't remember why.
I don't know. It's just because like I was watching it and then I went on a Wikipedia wormhole and then it just like opened the floodgate for like Hunchback fun facts.
Right. But like, it was one of the few sequels where all of the original cast, I think except maybe
Came back for it.
Esmeralda, because I don't think she shows up.
Oh no, Esmeralda's in Hunchback too.
Oh, okay. Well, then it was probably the same actress, because I remember that being one of the trivia things.
Because it's Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Demi Moore voices Esmeralda.
Yeah.
And kind of looks like Esmeralda if you think about it.
A very pale version.
Yeah, not clearly the skin tone is a little different, but it's like facial structure and like hair and all that kind of stuff. Like she could for sure cosplay Esmeralda. But yeah, I haven't finished it, but I started watching it, and it's actually pretty good so far. It's like surprisingly good for a sequel.
I remember watching it at some point, but I can't, like, I have no memory of what actually happens in it.
It's like the whole plot point is that like it's sometime in the future, and like Esmeralda and Phoebus got married and had a kid, and then everybody in Paris knows about Quasimodo, and he's allowed to go outside and be in public, and people love him. And then, like, the circus comes to town for... I don't remember the name of the festival. It's like the Festival of Love in Paris. And so the circus comes to town, and, like, the villain of the movie is the head of the circus, and he's a professional thief. He uses the circus to go to towns and steal and pickpocket money. But he's heard about this legendary bell in the bell tower of Notre Dame. And I can't remember the name of the bell either because it's all in French. They use all the French words for it, and I have very little grasping of the French language. But it's this bell, and the interior of the bell is encrusted with jewels and gold. And so it's this, like, famous bell, and so he's trying to steal the bell, and, like, the whole thing is he's tricking or blackmailing his assistant into finding out where the bell is so that he can steal it. And then the assistant, Madeline, you just killed Yoshi.
I did, but I was trying to see if he could make it.
It was an experimental death.
It was. And I think I can. I didn't get a good enough running jump. I saw someone do it. Oh, you know what? That's what they did. They used this. If you slam down here.
Oh, they use the height from going up there.
Yeah, and then you use it. You can make it there, I think. I don't know. I saw one person do it, and I was like, that is much better, because the normal way to do this. I also noted we were, like, at 30-ish minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we can go over a little bit. But anyways, the whole thing with, like, Madeline is that she has to go find the bell, and then she meets Quasimodo, and originally is, like, freaked out by him.
Mm-hmm.
But then later, after, like, watching Quasimodo and how he acts around Esmeralda, Phoebus, and their child, and, like, what a good relationship he has with this child, she, like, falls in love with him. Of, like, oh, he's actually a really nice person. He's, like, probably the nicest person I've ever met. And I don't care that his face is fucked up. But yeah, so it's a pretty solid sequel. I recommend it.
Nice.
Watch Hunchback of Notre Dame first. Notre Dame. Notre Dame? Notre Dame.
I think Dom is the,
Dame is like the French pronunciation.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you're in America, is it a football team or, like, a college that's like the College of Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Everyone calls it Notre Dame.
So I wanted to just show you when you have Yoshi normally, you would take him through here, all the way up here to this island. This is how you get that really far off area. You get him up here, eat a couple of fruit, wait for this boat.
And then you have to jump to it, wait until it lines up with the other boat, and just keep crisscrossing until you get over.
Yep.
That's annoying.
It's awful. It takes forever. And I wasted like 10 Yoshis doing this as a child. Because he dies, because he runs out of juice before you can get him there. Or you miss the boat and fall off, and he goes in the water. Anyway, I just wanted to show that while you were talking, but I'm going to try that little glitch where you can get to that and kind of skip at least 2/3 of it. Because then you just have to wait on one stretch of the boat.
Gotcha.
Anyway, we're going to cut it there for now, because I see the 30 minutes timer is up.
Yep.
Trying to be at least a little consistent before I go back into the harbor. Which is not a bad level, but it's not my favorite. So I'm trying to get through it as fast as possible.
Fair enough.
And then I might do like Nokia Bay, because that one's not my favorite either. I like it, but like my favorite, Pina Park. That's the best place to me.
Can you get a new cell phone at Nokia Bay?
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Or is
for
it
more
because there's no cars there? Is it because there's no cars there? Because
for more
there's
terrible
no Kias.
puns, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.